This voice. That's my lady.
There it is.
Hey, Kim fam, what's up? It's Pretty Boy Dave T. I am your host, and well, I guess I would say /LM, but we're not really doing our normal stream today. Some of our fellas aren't here, so what we're going to be doing is a creature creation station. So you guys will get a little sort of behind the scenes look at how we write up our creatures here in EverLore. So just before we get started, this stream is Evermore with EverLore. We are playing this game. Let me get this guy in here, called EverLore, and you guys can learn more about us on our Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Discord.
You're fine. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I got all discombobulated and everything like that. At EverLoreGame. You also can check us out on our website at ManChild Ltd. And you can watch us on YouTube at EverLoreGame as well. In case you guys are watching us on one of those channels, you guys can check out our weekly stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/EverLoreGame. That's every Thursday from 6:50 to 9 p.m. We also have another exciting stream with some crazy groups of guys and gals. And that is Essence of EverLore. And that airs every Monday from 6:45 to 9. And that is twitch.tv/Essence of EverLore. Before we begin, myself, the mighty Matatopa, and the other guy, Vandra, over there, have reached 1400 EP. So our experience points, so that means we get to progress our character. And Vandra, are you over there? I think we might have lost Vandra.
No. Nope, saw him for a split second.
Right.
He was stealthing.
So he and I are going to progress our character. But who can explain what that means to progress your character in EverLore?
I'd love to go for it if nobody else will, usher themselves to do so.
I guess have at it.
All right, sweet. So in EverLore, we have a unique sort of progression system. We use EP, which is, dished out by the LM every, after every session. Once you hit 100 benchmark, you roll for your stats to increase. You roll 2d6s, and you get to choose which one goes to either your to hit and your vestment. And then you roll a d8, which goes to your vitality. And at every 200 EP, which since these guys hit 1400, they're going to be selecting, it's going to be a persona benefit. And I believe because you guys are at 1400, you have to pick from your second persona, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I will give you 1 EP for that, my friend.
Yeah.
And I have selected Spell Adept, which gives me +2 to my spell dominance. So I went ahead and wrote that in a little bit earlier. But I also am going to increase my magic resistance by 1 because of my quirk. Okay, 49.
Yeah, Vandra just has to grind. He doesn't have a quirk that makes him broken.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. Which quirk is that one you have?
Only ambidextrous.
Yes, mine is Spell Savant.
Yes.
I see.
It gives me +1 to my spell dominance and magic resistance every 100 EP. I strongly suggest you guys look into getting that when you play EverLore. But that's just me. Okay, so Vandra.
Personally, I prefer repugnant.
Oh, well, repugnant is something I wouldn't get. That's something. So Vandra, would you like to do the rolls first, or you want me to do?
I can do.
All right.
All righty. Let me turn on my camera.
Time for these momentous rolls.
I apologize, Kim Pim, if you hear a tiny baby dragon fighting.
Ain't no apologizing. We like that here in EverLore.
There we go. Here are the D6s.
Oh, he
Which
rolled
D8?
2 1s. That's tough. Anyway,
No, I just set them down. Get out of
nope,
here.
you rolled those. That's
You know I did not. I was literally setting them.
Do I
Which
do
one
I
can I
know?
do?
Oh, now you set down the 5d8 totally.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this one. Okay, these are it. Pam Pam. Okay, so I got a 5, a 2, and a 2. So that makes things easy.
That does make things easy.
Mhm.
All right. I don't have a handy dandy camera to show my rolls, but I do have
Cheating.
I do have another set of eyes here. So I am going to do the rolls, and I will have my other set of eyes tell you what the rolls are.
All right, Davey, please confirm.
I think I'm going to do them one at a time, starting with my first D6. Oh!
Oh no!
You got a 1.
Dang.
No,
That's tough.
Okay.
Better plead with Bran. Maybe you can get something going on.
My second D6.
No.
Was it another one?
I got a 3.
My second D6 was a
1.
1.
Oh man, I called it, didn't I?
That one.
That's wild.
I got a 1, 1, and a 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
That really hurt.
Even in the rolls, you'll always be second to Vandra.
Oh, shut up. That really hurt. Oh my goodness.
Wait, didn't you get a 2, 2, and a 5, Vandra?
Yep, that's what I mean.
That's so funny.
Definition of the 1-up.
Wow.
So,
Oh man,
that
that's grisly.
that really was bad. So 80.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell.
1, so 98.
Whose idea was this? Let's retcon this. This didn't happen.
Right?
Oh, this stream? Oh, I was actually recording it with my 7 cameras.
Right. So that's 50. Man, that sucks.
Don't worry, you've got this.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get ahead, guys.
Oh, trust me, you're like
As
200
we
EP
are
ahead
the
of like
highest
everybody
We
else.
are
Yeah.
suffering the most.
Yes. All right. Let me finish putting this in here, and then we will get started, because my numbers have so drastically changed here. Yeah. I went from being a beast to slightly beastlier.
Indeed, that is true.
84 and then 86.
I say that it was Nick Harwin's fault.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nick
How
Harwin at
so?
the beginning of this was like, at least you'll go up by 1. And I was
Yeah,
like, how many
and
times?
Thank you so
has
very
that
much.
happened?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't get a 0.
All right. So moving right along so I can block this out and never think of this again.
PTSD.
Right. All right. So got a couple of options for us to look at.
Yo, what is
There's,
oh.
So there's these 4, these 2, or these 2.
Have you? Your style has really been cranking up. I don't even know what to consider that thing. Is it like?
I do know one thing. This is called a mouth goblin because the 5th graders at my school demanded it is called the mouth goblin.
All right, the mouth goblin.
So they saw me as I was working on it. So, and I said, okay.
The mouth goblin.
Yeah,
I kind of like it.
Yeah, so somehow it's related to goblins.
Hey, look, I'm about it. Shout out to the 5th graders.
Right. So so whatever, which one you guys want to tackle today?
I'm game for the mouth goblin.
Yeah, no,
Mouth goblin?
I don't even know what to say about the mouth goblin, but let's
Let's just make it.
What's that? You cut off a little bit.
Oh, I said let's just make it happen.
All right.
Hey, wait, have I been muted the whole time?
No, I heard you.
Oh, sweet.
One thing I do know about the mouth goblin, or at least one thing I think I know, is that Caleb suggested that one of the things that it does, like when it's like it can hunt, and we'll talk about like how it might hunt, but part of one of the things that it does, like if it's feeling kind of lazy, is it can burrow itself into the ground and then just have its tentacles above the ground. And so they're sensitive. So as something is walking by, it can feel like the vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll alert it to like leap and grab.
That thing is terrifying. I'm just still like taking it in.
So what are we thinking?
I want to make it a pet. No, I'm just kidding.
So do we like that idea of how it might hunt that way?
I mean, I feel like that's an idea, but if you see like two giant beanstalk looking things stepping up out of the ground, you'd probably just know to stay away, right?
Well, I would imagine I mean, it would be in foliage and stuff like that. They wouldn't just be laying on the ground, you know. I mean, they'd be in with leaves and, you know, camouflage. And it might even have a camouflage component. That could be something that it does.
It's a mouth goblin. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I don't know. I like the name though. Mouth goblin.
I do too. I'm just trying to figure out like what to do with that. Huh.
I mean, if we call it a mouth goblin, what if they're like, you know, related to goblins somehow? Like, I know that sounds very simple, but like, what if goblins tend to use these as mounts as opposed to like wolves or something?
Well, I thought it was called a mouth, M-O-U-T-H goblin.
Yeah, mouth goblin.
Oh, you're saying, okay. You were just saying mounts in general.
Oh, yeah, no, they mount the mouth goblin.
Got it. Okay.
Or like they use them as like.
I'm thinking, and hey, so Pocket Dimension says, what if it can camouflage like a lizard? I like that, Pocket.
Huh.
I like that, especially if its tentacles are just hanging up there. So are you saying like all of it can camouflage, or just like when its tentacles are up there?
I feel like all of it.
All of it?
Its body is like furry though. That's kind of weird to like.
Yeah, but it's in foliage. That's part of the like. That's its natural. That's where it would be.
Yeah, because like leopards and stuff like that, they camouflage. I mean, they don't change, but
yeah.
Oh, so you're not saying it or you're not saying it changes like an octopus or something. You're just saying it blends in very well.
No, I think Pocket was saying like camouflage, like change color-wise.
I think it would. I definitely could see their tentacles doing that. I don't know about their body though.
I think that all of them could camouflage.
Okay, so Pocket is again saying if the tentacles are used to feel vibrations in the ground, it should be able to change colors and possibly dig into the ground.
Yeah, the digging in the ground part, I feel if its body is underground and the tentacles are up, would its body even need to change color though?
Oh,
I mean, if you guys want the
yeah. So how about this? How about we give it the swim through earth ability, which some of the other creatures have. So it's basically like earth meld. And so its tentacles can camouflage, and its body, well, it can sort of swim through the earth. So it can dig like in no time at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay, so
Does it digs with its tentacles? What does its mouth do though?
What I'm thinking, right? Because I was looking at this, that mouth is grizzly, and I want it to be like a really main key feature. What I'm thinking is it could like have some kind of like upchuck attack, or like, it would just spit like a giant globule of like snot and, disgusting mucuses that would like slow something down or like debuff whatever it's, hunting or fighting.
you see, I saw it as I see that as more passive than I see this guy. I saw this as sort of like opening up its mouth, almost like, how snakes can unhinge their jaws. That's how I saw this. It's
Oh,
like its mouth can open up like super wide,
right.
to like just swallow like, an enormous thing, like almost whole.
Okay, all right,
What
I
if
can
it
see
could
that
take
then.
on the characteristics partially of whatever it ate?
Maybe briefly.
Yeah, for like a short amount of time.
Okay, hold on a second. So swim through earth, tentacles. So what are you thinking? We need your input too.
What about the tentacle thing?
About the whole thing.
I don't know. I think it's pretty good so far. The swimming through earth. I don't know.
When you have a group project and the one guy is like,
Right,
yeah, what
yeah.
day?
Yeah. He's really input.
It's good.
Pocket was
All
saying,
right, so if it doesn't,
Pocket was saying, I was just thinking the goblins would use it as an ambush technique to try and send the prey towards the mounts like a coyote does. Part of me was thinking that instead of these being like mounts for goblins, I was thinking like when the kids started calling this a mouth goblin, is that like Azimiz took a goblin or some goblins and changed them into this,
right.
Oh, I see.
so that they were made from goblins.
Like some sort of mutation.
Yeah.
That's a horrific thing to even begin to think about.
Well, because that's his thing, I mean.
Oh yeah, no, trust and believe. I know that's his thing, but like that's horrifying still.
And that is the point.
Yeah.
All right, then at the very least, can this thing like drool a lot if it can't have a spit attack?
Okay. What's
Like
up?
just regularly?
Okay,
Just
no,
drooling?
because check it, right? It can be like an ability or something, but like if you want this thing to have, no eyes, no nose, no facial hair, or well, I guess body hair technically, but like just a huge giant mouth, you have to like accentuate, the details of a mouth a little bit, like you did with the teeth, the very large green lips, the large incisors, the huge tongue. I'm just saying if you add like the drooling, they kind of get a sense that like this is a furry ball with a giant mouth and it wants to consume.
So okay, I like what you're saying somewhat, but I think if we blend it with like what Mika's saying, because she said first thing I thought about was the Venus flytrap. Like it blends with the ground, but its mouth and tentacles could be mistaken for plants, and that's the trap. So sort of what you're talking about, how you accentuate the mouth, that could be like one of its feeding methods, is that it just sits there,
Don't we already have a creature like that though?
I
I think we do.
I mean, you can have more creatures of a single type.
don't think we have one that, we do have a demon that burrows and comes out,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not quite the Venus flytrap sort of thing.
Yeah. That's fair.
So, and I like that idea.
Yeah, it's good.
You guys liking it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like
It's like a carnivorous walnut. That's literally just what it looks like.
I see it being kind of, I guess, like that, but I don't know if I see it as cunning and stealthy as that. This kind of seems brutal and vicious to me. So I like while it does set up traps, I
Yeah.
see it like a hunter. Like regardless of if you see it or not, like yeah, if it's hunting, you know, I don't know, something that's notoriously fast or something that like is hard to catch. Okay, that's when instinctually it'll start using more strategy. But if you're just a human running in the forest, or if you're just coming up like it, you know, it may even eat goblins. Like if you're just there, I feel like its presence is just gonna be like I'm here, like I'm about to eat you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This thing, I feel like it would be more of just like I'm going to hunt and I'm going to be constantly aggressive, sort of like maybe how a honey badger is, where it's just like it's on site all the time.
I think what if we did a combination of both? So when it's
Yeah.
younger, it does the Venus flytrap stuff, you know. But then when it gets older and it's stronger, it doesn't have to use so much subterfuge.
And fuller in size.
Yeah, yeah. And then it can go out all out hunting. But until it's,
Yeah.
you know, bigger size, because maybe they even eat their own.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
So
I
you're
see
saying
them
the mouth
fully-
goblins eat normal goblins, or like the mouth
And
goblins
mouth
eat mouth
goblins.
goblins?
Yeah,
Okay.
because just like sharks will eat baby sharks. And so the baby sharks have to keep around, you know, in the reefs and stuff like that to protect them from older sharks.
That's cool.
Maybe these guys have to do this to even protect themselves from the older, you know, mouth goblins.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait. Hold on.
I
Pause.
would.
Sharks be eating younger sharks?
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
For protection?
Oh yeah. Like
What?
if you look in like the mangrove swamps, that's why the younger sharks stay in the mangroves so long, because they're trying to stay away from the larger sharks that come in. Yeah.
For protection though, I don't even see the logic. Like, hey man, why don't you come into my spike trap real quick so that you're safe from that person's spike trap? Like what?
Oh no, so like basically you just eat your future competition so you don't have any.
Okay, so it's not for protection of them.
You
it's for their
protect
own
yourself.
protection. Got it. Okay. I was like, what? How do you protect somebody by getting okay? I follow. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so when they're younger, sort of like
I like this aspect of the mouth goblin. Yeah. That way we get our, you know, enemy, you know, sort of tactical furball, and then you also have the aggro coconut.
Okay, say that again.
I like that you have both sides of it, because you have your, you know, tactical furball and your aggro coconut.
Yeah, okay. Yep. And then so adults. Sorry guys, I was reading through what Pocket was saying. So Pocket was asking, would this be in jungles and swamps? And I would say yes. But he was also saying, I like the idea that they turn goblins into mouth goblins. But that's a little bit different because they don't. So Azimiz is one of the beings of power in the world. And he is, he's someone basically who manipulates genetics. And
Yeah.
He creates races basically just for fun.
Yeah, like he was the one that made the Andrani, correct?
Yes.
Well, he made them
he
to the.
He wasn't the one who made the Andrani. That was Nordamo. Nordamo did that patterned after Azimiz.
Ah, got it.
But so it's not something that's ongoing. So the second part, like they wouldn't be doing the pod thing, although I do think that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
So okay, what is their life cycle? Davey, what are we thinking?
15 years. But in each litter, it's a litter of 15.
So you guys think they live about 15 years?
Yeah, I think that would make sense.
30.
I don't know about 30. I think 15. I think 15 would make more sense.
Why do you say 30, Uriah?
Because I want them to have enough time to have the fly trap sort of adolescent phase, and then also a decent chunk of time of being like top dog apex predator.
All right, let's say we go 20.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to do 20.
I could rock with that.
I just didn't see a gun itself as naturally living that long, you know?
I feel like if it gets past adolescence, it would be living a bit longer.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know the lifespan of, you know, normal goblins in EverLore, but I was hoping to make those comparable to the mouth goblin. If not, maybe a bit shorter.
I mean,
'Cause,
normal goblins live way longer than 15, 20 years.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, normal goblins, I think they're 50, 60 years.
Huh. That's a
Yeah.
long time.
Just, look, I know Wahoo be killing them, but they do
Yeah.
last long.
All right. Huh.
So yeah.
Then I would give these guys like maybe 40 years. Or the 20, I guess.
Yeah,
As it-
I like the 20. I think 20 works.
Yeah, because it's like it's more of an animalistic creature, and like, you know, animals in real are so long, like maybe 20 years at most.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So are we thinking this is solitary?
I think that it's social, but not because it's intelligent, but it just happens to be social.
Yeah.
Like they're too dumb to spread out.
Oh wow! I was
You
gonna
just
say,
started roasting the mouth goblin, bro.
I was gonna say I like the social aspect until adulthood, because at that point, you know, these guys are. I mean, they would be killing each other anyway. Like they don't really care, right? So I don't see
I
them being
would-
social after reaching adulthood, but up until that point, I see them, you know, a group of maybe 10 or so are hanging out and trapping prey and all that stuff.
I'd be willing to say that like they have like two stages of life they can go down. Either they're like, you know, speciest and like, you know, isolationist, where it's like, hey, I'm an adult, you know, I'm a mouth goblin. I'm either going to be off doing my own thing, or I'm going to live in a pack of like two other mouth goblins. Or if they're like, you know, and this might be something the mongrel races do, you know, they might, you know, go out and try to find the mouth goblins to join their, you know, war band or whatever. But like if they're collected as, you know, younger mouth goblins, they can be assimilated into things like goblin, you know, tribes, or like, you know, orc war bands and that kind of thing, where, you know, they can grow into adults as part of like that group.
So I'm hearing they can become pets.
Sorry, if you really want, you can make use of a pet furball with a giant set of teeth. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Mika was saying she doesn't know. She doesn't think they look like they're running packs. I think I would agree with the packs as they're young, but then as they get older, solitary. What are we considering though? Like adult? What age do they age out of these packs?
We could say 12.
I would think that that's too old.
Yeah, I was gonna
Really?
say like maybe 7 or so.
7-ish? Davey, what say you?
Oh, I'm not paying attention. I'm texting somebody.
All right,
Bruh.
stay focused. All right.
He was in important text. What did you say?
we get his EP, I
Oh.
think we should split
Right.
his EP. Party EP.
Yeah, I
At
feel
what
like
age, if they live up to 20 years, what age would they be considered adults?
7. That gives them six.
good number, King.
7.
I concede.
Mika says 4 like dogs. Okay. Mika, I'm rolling. You tell me odd or even.
Ah,
I don't know if Mika heard me.
Mika, pick odd or even. Dave just rolled a dice.
You said odd. Okay. You guys see that there? All right. So
Yep.
they reach adulthood at 4. All right. So their impacts until 4.
So wait, so I'm curious then, are we going with what I said, where it's like if they're collected into like, a group of, mongrel races when they're younger, they'll stay with that group, or do they break off no matter what once they're like 4 or 5?
Well, I mean, basically any creature, well, most creatures can be trained. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like for the mouth goblins, it
Yeah.
would be easier to train them before they're 4 and then put them into like a group of, they would be more comfortable around the mongrel races, stuff like goblins, basically.
But here's the thing though, I don't see these as being a safe bet to train. You know what I'm saying? I
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, one of those is, you have to be like a highly skilled and gifted trainer, because they're still very much a wild animal.
I mean, any animal is
It's
a wild animal.
It's like the trainers who work with lions.
Right.
It's different than training a dog. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
You can
it's
never
definitely
train a
different than
lion.
training a dog, but it's like it still has like the primordial goblin DNA in it though. So it would have some understanding of like, even if it's not like, it's exact direct memory, it would be like, oh, okay, typically, goblins live in packs, we work together. That's like, I feel like that's something they could get back into the swing of just because of
Well,
like their brain chemistry
Hey,
being related to goblins.
Well, also, I don't think goblins
Very stupid.
completely work together out of the good of the pack.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
think it's more
exactly.
of
They
a
don't.
self-preservation thing, and it happens to be in their best interest that they work together, whether they're rallied together by a certain situation or another mongrel race that is above them in the hierarchy or something like that. So I think being a mutation of goblins that don't actually work together but are more self-serving, and that's where their teamwork in air quotes comes from, I would see them breaking off because they aren't as intelligent as the goblins would be. So they would break off or tend to more so. I think you're right in that they could be trained, but I think they should be more dangerous. I think they should be something that's not safe. Like, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So these are not the average mount or average beast to have around. You may have 1 or 2 in the goblin camp, but you're not going to have 50 or 60 of these just hanging out. Like Paga says, they might occasionally chew your arm off. Oops.
I was kind of thinking these would like be very interminglable with like actual goblins, but apparently that's not the case. My bad.
Yeah, well, so again, I mean, Azimiz,
Or not interminglable, interchangeable. My bad.
Yeah, well, no, because they are 2 distinctly different things.
Yeah.
They are goblin in name only, and so when Azimiz takes and rips out that DNA, he just uses sort of the base stuff. So there's nothing goblin left. They don't think like goblins. They are completely different creatures.
Yeah. All right.
And more than likely, there's chameleon DNA in them. There's probably snake venom or whatever. So, real quick on that, what special abilities do they have? I know they can swim through earth. They can do camouflage. what do they have? I mean, swallow things whole? Like how big can they open their mouth?
They would be able
At
to
least.
open their mouth in order to swallow something the size of a large horse.
Wait, I thought they would be kind of big, so I thought that would be kind of regular.
So
I
how big-
definitely don't know what size these things were going to be.
How large do we want them to be?
I was thinking they would be goblin size, but I guess not.
No, goblin size is too small.
All right. Oh, but then you guys want to make my little demon devil cicada thing like 3 foot tall.
Yep.
I'll tell you, how big do you think they are?
I would say probably like 9 feet.
9
Yeah.
feet.
At the shoulders, yeah, that's beastly. I mean,
Yeah.
Nators and other half dragons and playable races, they are taller than that. Like,
I mean,
So-
yeah, but those are also bipedal. Like they're designed to like stand up tall, you know.
So
So
what
they
about
can-
elephants?
right? I would
Taller stuff.
see a human looking up at this thing like, oh man, I just ran into something I didn't want to run into.
Huh.
I
I
like
was thinking like maybe 6 or 7 foot. 9 foot is so.
I actually
Yeah.
don't mind 7 feet either.
I would be willing to do like between 7 and 9 foot. Then, you know, give them a little bit of range, I guess.
We're doing 9 feet.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Anthony,
Positive. I took
Yeah,
odd or even?
Ugh.
odd or even. 1, 2, 3, even.
Okay, Anthony.
Woo!
All right. So they are typically 7 feet.
Yeah.
At the
Sick.
shoulders.
Then you can give them like an Unterwild variety that like is pigmentless and is usually 9 foot.
We are not going, well, oh, that's actually not a bad idea. I was gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. You're about to shut me down too.
Yes, yes.
I feel like Anthony just wanted them to be 7 feet so Nicarwin could still be taller than them.
Gotta write it somehow, man.
Okay.
No, I'm still messed up over the size of those, you know, four-armed guys.
I hear you. Okay, so
I still want them to slobber a lot.
yeah, I'm not so sold on the slobbering part.
It can be like part of like the hint to the fact that like their bite is venomous in some way.
But did we say their bite is venomous?
No, we didn't.
But we can make it venomous. Okay, hear me out, right? It's not venomous, but like they have so many dangerous bacteria just like in their mouth that getting bit is basically going to like get you sick.
So Komodo dragon.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And then because their saliva is filled with so much stuff, if you're like a smaller creature, they can just hold you in your mouth and then they'll start to like, you know, break down or
Yeah.
something.
I don't know. You got to work on me on that. I'm not so sure I like the
Yeah, I don't know about that.
slobbering. I do like the bacteria, but I'm not so sure about the slobbering.
Yeah,
What's the
because
thing with a
literally swallow
giant
things
mouth? How are
whole.
you not gonna like, you know, have its tongue hang out a little bit and like, you know, get some slobber going on?
No, I'm not. Because in my mind, then that loses the fierceness of it. When I think of something fierce, I think lions, tigers, and I don't really see them drooling. You know.
Well, I mean, if this thing has like a giant open mouth, it's like that's part of the design.
I mean, it's not always open though.
I mean, okay, no, it's not always open, but when it's biting at you, there's like
Yeah, but its tongue isn't laying out. Otherwise, its tongue would be in the way.
well, hear me out, right? What if you gave it a tongue that's like as sharp or not as sharp, but like rougher than sandpaper, right? So like while it's like swallowing something, it like has to fight against that tongue that's like grappling it. And so like while something is in the mouth, it's getting cut and then it's being exposed to that like poisonous bacterial slobber.
That's a lot. I'm not feeling it, bro.
Just to get some slobber.
Yes, just to get some slobber.
No,
All right. We'll circle back around on that.
no, we're not.
So does it mate like for life, or are they, I mean,
Nope, not for life. Dude is a
Okay.
wanderer.
Well,
so basically they're solitary?
yeah, I don't think
Yes.
they have. I don't think they have life partners. I agree.
Okay.
Also, I didn't even think about them mating. I just figured they would just be mutation.
Oh, you mean you might just have a goblin kid and it would look like this?
Well, maybe, possibly, or like, yeah, kind of like that. Like ligers. Like ligers can't get together and make another liger.
No, Pocket, it does not have eyes.
Oh, wait. Okay,
no,
hear me out,
because-
right?
I mean, Azimiz isn't constantly making these because he makes it and then he just sort of moves on.
I think that they reproduce asexually.
Oh,
They
And
just
it's born
pop
from the
out.
mouth.
and it's what?
It's born from the mouth. That's where you get your slobber.
Also, if it is slobbering, it's pregnant.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and maybe that makes it more aggressive too.
I wouldn't say
Uh,
that's pregnant. That's not what asexual
Well, I
reproduction
mean,
is.
it's ready to give birth. Is that okay?
No, it's not. I thought it was more like a spontaneous, like, it's just
Davey.
sitting there and then boom, there's another one. But it's fine. I don't really care.
Well, no, I mean, even with asexual, there's a process. It's not just, oh, wow, there's a baby.
Yeah, but this world
Yeah.
has that creature, so I don't think we're really studying
So,
saving the
okay.
science right now.
So asexual. Now, one thing I liked, if we go back, I think Pocket was saying that that they have, I think he was saying something about like in swamps there could be like bubbles or something like that. So maybe it lays like eggs, sort of like how like frogs.
Oh gosh,
So
that's terrifying.
Wait, doesn't it give birth from its mouth?
yeah, so it's laying the eggs like
Oh.
you know what I'm saying?
All
It's
right.
just big things of like eggs. So maybe a batch of 15 to 20 of them at a time.
Right. Okay, I can see that.
All right. Anything else about this, guys?
We already talked about the Unterwild like variant. That's just like bigger, basically, right?
Yes.
Because like they already don't have eyes and they burrow, so like it only makes sense.
Yep. And so I'm thinking that they see like through vibrations or something.
I'm gonna be for with you. I thought the little red parts, like at the end of like their tentacles, I thought those were like compound eyes.
What? Okay, sorry. Say that again.
Oh, I was like looking at the red like bits at the end of the ears, and I was thinking those were like compound eyes.
Oh, those
Like you
aren't
know how
ears.
flies have?
Those are
Oh, those are
tentacles.
ears. Okay.
No, those are not
aren't
ears.
Those are tentacles.
Oh. Okay. Got you then. Sweet.
Yeah. And those are like hooks that can grab you.
Ah, got you.
Yeah. Okay.
Since it swims through Earth, would it have an affinity for Earth?
How would that play out?
I don't know. Like the same way that gnomes have like an affinity for the elements, or sometimes, maybe this creature is brutal not just because physically, but it unknowingly can cast certain things.
What?
pertaining to Earth stuff. Like how crazy would it be if it's chasing you down and then earthen wall, like you can't, like you're trapped, but you know what I mean, or something like that.
Hold on, I like that. Mika said they have a natural heat trail ability. I like that.
I like that, yeah.
So heat trail. I think what we'll do, you're right, as far as the affinity, is we'll give them an option of being able to manifest maybe one of 3 different spells, spell-like abilities, and we'll lay out what they are.
Yeah,
You know?
I like, yeah, because I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
Let all of them be wind spells.
What? Wow.
No.
No, I'm messing with you. That's this thing just casts flurry on itself.
So manifest. Okay. 1 of 3. Okay.
I like that heat trail ability, but I also like that vibration sight thing. I'm torn.
This thing reminds me a lot of that a certain alien from a certain kids show that was orange and had a giant mouth. You know what I'm talking about,
I
Dave?
do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think they would have, Pocket says, I think they would have a high magic resistance against earth spells. I don't see them. Well, yeah, Matt, Pocket, we're not saying they're smart enough to learn magic. We're saying like many creatures in EverLore, most creatures in EverLore have special abilities. And so they have spell-like abilities that they do without knowing it. So it functions like a spell, but it's just innate to them. So they're not thinking, I'm going to cast Earth Meld. It just happens. And so that's what like this swim through Earth ability, it's essentially their version of Earth Meld, but for them, they're just doing what comes natural.
Yeah.
So that's what that would be like.
And then, wait, you said orange creature with the big mouth?
Yeah, that's in a show whose name we will not mention at this moment.
Yeah.
But yes, that was not the origins of this idea.
Now that I look at it, they look kind of similar a little bit, though.
Well, I mean,
I'm so lost.
Yeah, there's.
We'll tell you about it later.
Yeah. So, anything else on this guy? Because otherwise, we'll be done with this, and we can move on to another.
I think it should be God tier, just take out all Omega with a single swipe,
Yeah,
that
that's
kind of thing.
never going to happen.
I
Take
don't
out
never say never.
Omega?
EverLore, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Except beat
Except
Al
that,
Omega.
yes.
Like that's like the one rule.
Mika says, read the
Sorry, guys.
Okay. So Uriah, you want to go ahead and actually I'll do the outro for us, and then I'm going to end it and get us started on another one.
Okay.
All right. So hey, Cam Fam, thanks for joining us for this installment of what would have been Evermore with EverLore, but turned into a creature creation station. We hope you enjoyed learning about the creation of the Mouth Goblin. Look for this in the Monsters Menagerie Volume 2, which will be out in probably about a year or two. So get your game up, because that thing is going to be coming up munch for you. If you guys want to learn more about us, you can find us on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, YouTube. I know there's one more. It's
Pinterest?
Pinterest at EverLoreGame. Thank you.
And TikTok.
And TikTok at EverLoreGame. I'm still learning.
There are actually 2 more.
I'm saying I got there. And you guys can also find out more information about us on our website at manchildltd.com. If you guys are watching us from one of those channels, please check out our weekly stream. It's Evermore with EverLore that airs every Thursday night on Twitch at 6:50 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's twitch.tv/EverLoreGame. We also have an exciting group of gamers, a little quirky sometimes. They're a little combative, not as powerful as Mighty Manitoba, but they got some scrappers. They're trying. But that airs on every Monday night from 6:45 to 9. And that's at twitch.tv/Essence of EverLore. So definitely check them out. So guys, if you're looking for a game with lots of diversity and customization that is not limited by classes or levels, then this game
is for you.
Peace out, Cam Fam.
Peace, Cam Fam.